Assalamu alaikum. This is Shahrukh Mujumdar welcoming you to the English news from Btv Chattogram. Let's begin with the top stories. Holy Eid Miladunnabi observed with due religious solemnity and fervor. President and Prime Minister greet Muslim Ummah on the occasion. President Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir pays courteous call on Bhutanese king on stopover in Dhaka. Fascist Hasina government's limitless corruption responsible for current crisis in energy sector, comment analysts. Government working to modernize law and order force, boost morale for the people, says Home Minister. Government working to meet people's needs following election manifesto, says BNP Acting Secretary General. Trump administration temporarily suspends global appointments for US visa. Bangladesh Football Federation announces 28-member primary squad for FIFA ASEAN Cup. Viewers, those were the top stories. Now moving on to the details. The Holy Eid Miladunnabi, commemorating the birth and death anniversary of Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has been observed across the country today with due religious solemnity. On the 12th of Rabiul Awal in 570 AD, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born in Makkah, bringing divine blessings and a message of peace for mankind. He passed away on the same day in 632 AD. The day is a public holiday. The government has taken extensive national-level programs to mark the day. On the occasion, President Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir and Prime Minister Tariq Rahman issued separate messages greeting Muslims across the country. Like in other parts of the world, Eid Miladunnabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been observed in the port city of Chattogram with due religious solemnity and great enthusiasm. To mark the occasion, the Anjuman-e-Rahmaniya Ahmadiyya Sunniya Trust organized the historic 55th Jasn-e-Julus, a grand religious procession. Millions of devout people from all walks of life, regardless of their economic status, took part in the procession, expressing their deep respect and love for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The traditional 55th Jasn-e-Julus began in the morning from the Alamgir Khanqah-e-Qaderiya Sayyidiyya Tayyibiyya, adjacent to Jamia Ahmadiyya Sunniya Madrasa in Sholoshahr. This year's Jasn-e-Julus was led by Pir Allama Sayyid Muhammad Sabir Shah, the Shajjadanshin of Darbar-e-Sirikot. Shahibzada Sayyid Muhammad Kashim Shah and Shahibzada Sayyid Muhammad Aqib Ahmed Shah attended the procession as special guests. Early in the morning, at a briefing held at Alamgir Khanqah, Pir Allama Sayyid Muhammad Sabir Shah highlighted the significance of Eid Miladunnabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and prayed for peace and prosperity for the global Muslim community. The historic Jasn-e-Julus concluded with a special prayer seeking world peace. The reception of eminent personalities and the presentation of Baitul Sharaf Gold Medal have been held on the fourth day of the 5-day program organized by Baitul Sharaf Anjuman-e-Ittihad Bangladesh on the occasion of Holy Miladunnabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Chattogram. 4 distinguished persons were felicitated at the program organized at Baitul Sharaf complex in Dhanialapara of the city. They are former religious advisor Allama Dr. AFM Khalid Hussain, Chattogram City Corporation Mayor Dr. Shadat Hussain, former Vice Chancellor of Dhaka University Professor Dr. Niyaz Ahmed Khan, and editor of Daily Noya Diganto, Salahuddin Muhammad Babar. The City Corporation's acting Chief Executive Officer Ashraful Amin received the reception on behalf of the Mayor Dr. Shadat Hussain as he was out of the country on a state visit. At the event, Speaker said Baitul Sharaf has been playing an important role in education, research and human service in addition to spirituality. Baitul Sharaf's leader, Allama Shaikh Muhammad Abdul Hai Nadvi, emphasized following the ideals of Islam to establish peace and order in the society. Baitul Sharaf's leaders, scholars and eminent personalities from different classes and professions were present on the occasion. Bangladesh is keen to cooperate with Bhutan to advance transformative initiatives in the region aimed at mutual welfare, prosperity and sustainable development. President Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said this today while paying a courtesy call on Bhutanese King Jigme Kheshar Namgyal Wangchuk at the VVIP lounge of Hazrat Shahjal International Airport in the capital. The meeting took place during the Bhutanese King's one-hour stopover at Hazrat Shahjal International Airport early this morning. During the meeting, they discussed various issues of mutual interest. The President invited the Bhutanese King and members of the royal family to pay a state visit to Bangladesh at their convenient time. In response, the Bhutanese King invited the President and the Prime Minister of Bangladesh to visit Bhutan at their convenient time. The King conveyed his sincere congratulations and best wishes to Mirza Fakhrul on assuming office as President. The President also conveyed warm greetings to the King of Bhutan and members of the royal family on behalf of the people and government of Bangladesh. Noting the historic tie between the two countries, the President said, "Bhutan always holds a special place in our hearts because Bhutan was the first country in the world to recognize Bangladesh on December 6, 1971. The Bhutanese King also briefed the President on the Galefu Mindfulness City project and sought Bangladesh's participation and cooperation in the initiative. Foreign Minister Dr. Khalilur Rahman, Bhutan's ambassador to Bangladesh, and senior officials of the Bangladesh government were present during the meeting. During the 3 consecutive terms of the previous Awami League government, 3 lakh crore taka was spent on the power sector, with the electricity crisis being used as a pretext. During those terms, the power division paid private rental power plants more than 1,04,926 crore taka in capacity charges or plant rental fees, even when the plants did not generate electricity. The fascist Awami League government enacted a special law to provide a legal basis for the alleged financial irregularities carried out under the guise of quick rental power generation, which was introduced as a way to generate electricity within a short period. Analysts say that hundreds of thousands of crores of taka were allegedly siphoned off from the energy sector during the 3 terms of the fascist government in the name of quick rental plants and capacity charges. They say the ongoing crisis in the energy sector is a manifestation of widespread corruption and financial irregularities that continued for more than a decade and a half. Home Minister Salahuddin Ahmed said the government is working to modernize law enforcement agencies, strengthen their morale and make them more people-oriented. He made the remarks today while speaking as a chief guest at a Dua and Milad Mahfil held in front of the BNP's Neapolitan Central Office, marking Holy Eid Miladunnabi. He said no incident has occurred since the current government took office without prompt action being taken. Salahuddin Ahmed also said there would be no disorder in the country if people followed the teachings and ideals of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He added that there would be no unrest anywhere in the world if economic justice were established. Speaking at the program, BNP Acting Secretary General Ruhul Kabir Rizvi said people want to live peacefully with their basic needs met. He said the BNP government is working to meet these needs in line with its election manifesto. Rizvi urged everyone to follow the teachings and path of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to establish peace in society. Bangladesh Nationalist Party (BNP) has announced a 5-day program to mark its 48th founding anniversary on September 1st. BNP Acting Secretary General and Prime Minister's political advisor Ruhul Kabir Rizvi announced the program at a press conference at the party's central office in Noyapolton this afternoon. Earlier, a joint meeting of the party was held at the same venue, chaired by Rizvi, senior leaders, joint secretaries, presidents and general secretaries of the party's North and South units, conveners and member secretaries and leaders of affiliated organizations attended the meeting. As part of the observance, BNP Chairman and Prime Minister Tariq Rahman will visit the graves of party founder Shaheed President Zia Rahman and former Prime Minister Begum Khalida Zia at 9 a.m. on September 1st. A discussion meeting will be held on September 5th to mark the occasion, he said. The party will also organize a fish release program on a suitable date under the leadership of Joint Secretary General Habibunnabi Khan Sohail. Another program, a tree plantation drive, will be led by Joint Secretary General and Water Resources Minister Shahiduddin Chaudhry Ani. Rizvi said drafts of several other programs have also been prepared and will be announced later after consultation with the party chairman. Now international news. US President Donald Trump has issued a pause on immigrant visa appointments for applicants around the world during an ongoing immigration crackdown by the US government in the Republican leader's second term in the White House. A US State Department spokesperson said on Tuesday that it launched a global training initiative at all US embassies and consulates worldwide and that appointments for visa services will be adjusted to accommodate the training. Trump has pursued an aggressive deportation drive and immigration crackdown that includes revocations of visas and green cards and rejection of applicants over a range of reasons like political opinions. He says the crackdown aims to improve domestic security. The crackdown has faced some legal setbacks. A U.S. judge on Friday struck down a Trump administration policy suspending the issuance of immigrant visas to applicants from 75 countries, saying that the policy exceeded Secretary of State Marco Rubio's statutory authority. Although a maritime shipping route with Oman has been finalized, the Strait of Hormuz will not be reopened unless the Memorandum of Understanding signed with the United States is fully implemented. In a television interview, Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Kazem Garibabadi said that after 40 days of discussions on transit arrangements, Iran and Oman agreed on an 11-kilometer wide temporary shipping corridor through the Strait of Hormuz. He stated that the entry channel into the Strait would lie within Iranian territorial waters, and part of the exit channel would also pass through Iranian waters, as agreed by both Iran and Oman. However, he emphasized that this arrangement with Oman does not mean the Strait of Hormuz has been reopened. He added that claims suggesting the strait is open and that ships are freely transiting through it are completely baseless. The Deputy Foreign Minister said the United States and other countries should understand that the Strait of Hormuz will not be opened without the implementation of the signed Memorandum of Understanding. Earlier, President Donald Trump claimed that all mines laid in the Strait of Hormuz had been neutralized. Warning Iran, the U.S. president said that any vessel deploying new naval mines would be destroyed. Meanwhile, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi held separate telephone conversations about the crisis with Pakistan's Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir and Qatar's Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman bin Jassim Al Thani. During the calls, Araghchi stressed the importance of continued dialogue and joint efforts to promote regional peace and security. At least 14 newborn babies have died in a fire that broke out in the intensive care unit of maternity wards at one of Pakistan's most prominent state hospitals. The blaze began in the early hours of Wednesday and engulfed the ward at the Pakistan Institute of Medical Sciences, the biggest state hospital in Islamabad. A statement issued by the hospital administration confirmed the incident. Dr. Aniza Jalil, a hospital spokesperson, told the media that 15 babies were on the ward at the time and that one baby was saved by a doctor. Women who had given birth had to run down several flights of stairs and climb out of windows and down ladders to escape. The Health Minister Mustafa Kamal said many of the babies were in incubators or on oxygen and that the oxygen canisters made the fire worse. Investigators said the fire was started by a faulty air conditioning unit which exploded inside the nursery where newborn infants under intensive care were sleeping. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has suspended Federal Secretary of Health Aslam Ghauri, a top official in the Health Department. Now news on sports. Football. Bangladesh Football Federation has announced a 28-member parliamentary squad ahead of the FIFA ASEAN Cup to be held in Indonesia. The national team camp will start from tomorrow under head coach Thomas Dooley. However, no footballer playing in foreign leagues has been included in the preliminary squad. Bangladesh Football Federation has informed that they will join the team later. Currently playing abroad are Hamza Chaudhary, Shamit Shom, Tariq Qazi, Zayan Ahmed and Famidul Islam. The FIFA ASEAN Cup is being held for the first time involving the countries of Southeast Asia. Bangladesh was invited after India withdrew its name from the tournament.